I'm Dan Kenner for the National Health Federation, the oldest health freedom organization in the world. A recent poll revealed that 93% of the American people want full disclosure of genetically modified food ingredients. The American people are almost unanimous, in other words, in their wish for the U.S. government to require labels on foods saying whether it has been genetically modified, that is, bioengineered. Now there is a threat to our right to know from the Codex Alimentarius Commission. The Codex Alimentarius Commission was created in 1963 by the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations and the World Health Organization to develop food standards, guidelines, and codes of practice under the Joint Food Standards Program. Its stated purpose is to protect the health of consumers, ensure fair trade practices, and promote coordination of all food standards work undertaken by international government and non-governmental organizations. Regardless of its founding purpose, Codex is strongly influenced by corporate interests, pharmaceutical, agribusiness, and banking, along with complicit UN and government agencies collaborating to promote GMOs over healthy foods and drugs over natural remedies by restricting or banning herbs, vitamins, and dietary supplements. If the Codex guidelines and standards are adopted concerning these matters, they'll establish binding global rules, effectively overriding sovereign national laws. GMO foods and drugs will continue to proliferate. Labeling of GMO contents will not be enforced. Food and drug giants, using the coercive power of governments to enforce their wishes, will decide what is allowed in the marketplace. Who wants this? Only powerful entities who have no national affiliation nor any national allegiance, and who see consumers as just sheep to be fleeced until death. Despite such strong support for labeling of GM foods, that's 93% of Americans, the U.S. delegate to these Codex meetings has ignored for many years now the wishes of Americans and has instead opposed such labeling. She has instead sided with the narrow commercial interests of those who know consumers will not buy their GMO foods if full disclosure on the label is made. The great majority of the Codex members are national delegations, from Albania to Zimbabwe. We at NHF are the only non-governmental, watchdog health freedom organization with a voice in this international body and who represents the rights of the consumer. Now, are GMO foods really a threat to health? Recent studies at Harvard School of Public Health and studies commissioned by the British government and the European Union have shown that GMO foods cause degenerative disease in test animals, that they promote growth of unhealthy microbes associated with chronic bowel disease, that they could be the cause of allergies and nutritional problems, and that the renegade DNA from various species spliced into these corrupted foods can actually escape the digestive tract and infiltrate our cells. The previous assumption that all foreign DNA would be destroyed by enzymes in the gastrointestinal tract has now been disproved. GMO food production was initiated without proper research on its safety and its implications for human health. In the Nuremberg trials after the Second World War, we said that those who participate in non-consensual human experimentation are committing a crime. And there are other issues, questions, such as whether genetic engineering really does reduce pesticide use and therefore reduce food production costs. Questions about whether there is a contamination issue, that is, the risk of genetic material leaking into the soil and the ocean, creating a host of unforeseeable outcomes. The National Health Federation supports a decentralized system of health choices, and the most decentralized system is one where each individual consumer is free to choose what to put into his or her own body, foods, herbs, supplements, or drugs. If you agree with the NHF position, which we have strongly argued for year after year at these Codex meetings, if you agree that the consumer has the right to be fully informed about the foods that he or she is eating or drinking, then please sign our petition at www.thenhf.com. The next Codex Committee on Food Labeling meeting will take place in Quebec City, Canada in May 2011. We will submit 2 petitions, the U.S. and Canada, to the respective legislatures and Codex food regulatory agencies of both countries in early May 2011 to force their Codex delegation to change their positions at these meetings. There is not much time left, so please sign the petition now, and please send it around to all of your friends and family members for their signatures as well. Thanks for your attention to this, and please join National Health Federation. For a $36 annual membership, you'll get updates by email on Health Freedom News. You'll get the quarterly Health Freedom News magazine, which has information not only about Health Freedom News, but all kinds of health issues. So thanks for listening to this, and please tune in again.